Marvel has a massive villain problem, and the perfect solution has been hiding in the Spider-Verse this whole time. For years, the MCU has been criticized for its one-shot villains. Think about it. Malekith, Caecilius, Whiplash. They show up for one movie, serve the plot, and then they're gone. They never get the chance to grow, to evolve, or to become a truly terrifying threat. And just when we thought Marvel was finally fixing this, we got Quantumania. We were promised a Kang the Conqueror who had defeated entire armies of Avengers across the multiverse. But what we saw was a man who struggled against a retired Scott Lang, got overwhelmed by an army of ants, and ultimately lost a fistfight. But despite everything, this film had at least the merit of contributing one interesting idea, a new manner of elevating a villain's stature. This is a concept often put aside by an MCU that has, for far too long, privileged the disposable one-shot villain. Except for Loki, who is one of the rare antagonists to be granted a true development across several projects, no other villain has benefited from such treatment. To begin from a position of weakness, to traverse failures, to evolve progressively until one becomes a major threat. This is, after all, a pillar of Marvel storytelling in the comics. Villains who fall only to return, to grow, and in the end to weigh more and more heavily upon their universe. And with Kang, one sensed that Marvel finally wished to change its formula. We were presented with a conqueror who was human, vulnerable, full of doubt, whose flaws constituted his entire appeal. It was the perfect occasion to launch a slow but controlled ascension until he would become the final boss of a grand Avengers film. One would have adored seeing this menace take on a greater scale, appearing in multiple projects, challenging each hero through his variants and his manipulations. But this trajectory was shattered. The Kang dynasty was annulled. Jonathan Majors was fired at the end of 2023, and this entire narrative ambition was simply left on the side of the road. At that moment, it was too late to orient so quickly towards a Doctor Doom in the same schema, and yet it is a model that functions. One finds it executed perfectly in Spider-Verse with the Spot. In Into the Spider-Verse, he is merely a background character who takes a bagel to the head. He begins as a somewhat pathetic loser, but the more the film advances, the more disquieting he becomes. In the end, he is the inescapable adversary, a rise to power perfectly written. And if Beyond the Spider-Verse concludes it well, it will be the ultimate proof that this method works. It's a lesson that Marvel Studios should be taking notes on.